All right, let's get started. Ismail already gave me his update. He's got an appointment coming up. Oh, mate, go ahead, please.
Yes, John. So today I was going to Sentry and I found one more N plus issue regarding it was like inside user reaction to a profile. So when you're reacting to a profile, so we are sending alerts also. So like in that case, we are fetching followers list and sending alerts one by one. So it was causing N plus one issue. So alert. So Jerry, what I did, I created. I'm adding inside the table at all the alerts add together, and then after for subscription, we are doing one by one. So I created pull request for it, so you can review it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. The bulk.
Mm.
Results map, inputs. Sweet. Okay. Um, reports bulk. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. Yep. This is what I was expecting to see. All right. I'll approve this.
Mm, yep. So that's the only one I can see it.
Mhm.
And Jerry, yesterday I sent you to Centric link for N plus one. So I did fixes for it, but did not committed the code. So can do you see it is a real one N plus one issue, or it is due to slowness or something?
Oh, okay. I don't know why I didn't see these links yesterday. Plus one query, group members paginated. This gets called from.
So it is getting call from search chat
Mm,
for
I, s-
uh, profile group image URL. Find the group image URL. So you are doing member paginated there.
I see. Search chat. Let me look. I was actually working with search chat yesterday. Let me see what we got. Members. Let's see. Oh, we do fetch. Or no, we don't. We don't get group members here. Let me look at the parameters that we're passing to it. But yeah, something tells me it's coming from what we call the image resolver.
Mm.
Um, we could probably take a look at it. We could probably do like a data loader. We have or we could do like or it can even be cached in Redis. There's a we fetch something called like condensed members, which is like just the first 10 members.
Hmm.
That might be something useful that we can just cache in Redis. It's pretty small, and we could just use
Right.
that to build the URL.
Okay. So like you are
Uh,
saying, we will fetch first in only, right?
yeah, maybe we could cache it for like 30 minutes or an hour. That's
Hmm.
just our auto-generated image, and we could even like cache it for longer. And as long as we make sure we clear out the Redis key whenever somebody joins the group.
And also one thing we can do it here, Jerry. One check or like if group doesn't have image, na, URL. If group have already image URL, then we don't require it, na.
It should
Then
be
we can
doing
add.
that. It should be.
Uh,
I see. Group image URL. Yeah, it already does that. Yeah. So it's just for the case, or maybe we could even probably try to use well, we could either cache it in Redis or we can do a data loader. I think a data loader might be more appropriate here.
hmm. Okay. So data loader, what we will do for the same key, it will not go through database. That I will do.
Okay.
Okay. Let me do that. So yes, John. So that's it from the side.
Okay. Did Danny talk to you about the notifications that weren't going through for phones, certain
No,
phones?
About to do it right now.
Okay. Um,
Yeah, I will check. Take. I will take a look once you will ping me.
it seems like so you got India. You guys have some different phone types, right? Here we pretty much have iPhones and Samsungs. There's like a
Hmm.
couple other little ones, but that's mainly it. Um, you got a lot of people use phones from like China, right? Or
Yes, yes. In India, there are lots of Chinese phone here. Here, like Vivo, Oppo, there are lots of Chinese phone. But most
yeah,
people are using. Uh, so like here, two types of users are there. Like look like premium user and like this Chinese phone user.
yeah. So those ones have different um, requirements, like permissions about notifications, and it turns out that I can't remember the brand name, but
I
again,
I can. Oh,
The
there's
Oppo?
Oppo. Yeah.
Okay.
Oppo, it's um, people aren't receiving chat notifications. They'll receive the system notifications or like favorites and things like that because the way they're structured. But something about way our chat notifications are structured, they're not getting them, and we need to look into it.
Okay. Yeah, I will take a look. Like you
Okay.
said, Oppo phone, right?
Yeah. Are you able to
Yeah.
get
I don't.
one of those phones?
Yep, there might be in my circle. There will some people will have. I will check.
Okay, yeah. Find out if yeah if you have any friends or family, we could test
Yes.
notifications.
Yes. Yep.
Um, okay.
I don't think it's only the Oppo phone, but I think that's one of them that's consistent.
So like this, they are all are similar phone. Like Oppo, Vivo, all are similar phone.
Yeah. Which one? There was a list you had there, Danny, right? A few that didn't work.
Well, Oppo's the one, the device I found that didn't work that I could tell for sure.
Mm,
The other thing I noticed is that the Androids that have operating system 12 or earlier don't receive that prompt at all, so that doesn't trigger an event in Amplitude.
yeah.
And I
But
thought that might have something to do with it as well.
but that means they'll just get notifications automatically, right?
It does, but then the question becomes, what are the what are the automatic notifications the device is subscribed to at the foundational level?
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
there was a potential issue. I
like
mean,
let's
yeah,
say in the settings there are some specific notification settings, and then you don't see the prompt. Maybe it's defaulted to only sending a certain type.
um, I don't remember that part of it, but I remember that. So I mean, any Android, 12 or lower, or maybe it's low. Is it 11 or lower? I don't know,
12 or
but
lower.
12 or lower. Um, they don't even get prompted about notifications, and the issue could arise where if uh, if our app is looking for like an explicit acceptance for us to rely on that, that's not possible because there's no ask. I don't know if that's a thing in our app. Should we be worried about that where they might not get prompted at all, and then now therefore we just don't show notifications now?
So what we do like for notifications is like we check for the permission first. Like, do we have the permission? And if it's not, then we go and we ask for it. I'm not sure what's that check permission response in this case. Is it like granted or I mean, if there's no model to ask for, it should be like granted by default.
You would
But
think,
yeah, but maybe in this case it's not.
right?
Uh, I'm not sure if if we are logging the notification. No, it's that we do log the contacts. Oh, with Amplitude, we do. So maybe like with like we get this user key, we look up him in Amplitude and see what's the value there. At
Hmm.
least like we're gonna know is it a granted or not. If
Yeah.
it's granted, that we still we're not figuring out the issue. If anything else, then granted, then maybe we need to handle this case for all of the Android versions.
Right. Okay. Danny, when you were looking yesterday at people that had iPhone or Android 12 or lower, um,
Yeah,
were they getting notifications?
system ones.
System ones only? Were these a
Like, did you?
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just ask like, did you like saw there like events in amplitude?
Yeah, there were, but I didn't see any chat events in Amplitude. I was only seeing the system events. I can go back to those users and double check that.
Now, was that
Yeah, like
only the Apu phones or was that even American
I think
users?
that was even American phones. Let me go back and see if I can
like go
grab
back
one.
to where like they are prompted for the I mean, yeah, I know there's no notification, but like we ask for that permission in in onboarding. So maybe you go back to point where they are getting onboarded and see if like what's the value of the of their notification permission.
Well, if it's Android 12 or earlier, they don't get prompted.
But yeah, but we do go check for permission, and whatever the result there, we log it.
Yeah, so what he's saying, Danny,
I see.
we'll have some permission either granted or not in
Right,
Amplitude.
but I can't see that in Amplitude because the event's not getting picked up because the event is created to only like it only tracks when the prompt fires, right? So that it means probably right. There probably is a log somewhere,
Hmm.
but that's
Let me
probably in the database, I would imagine, or where would that be?
let me look up the code, and I will tell you the exact event name, so you can search with it.
Oh, if we're talking about an event name, that could be. I don't know how I would get the event name if the event name is coded to only track when the permission fires.
Um,
Hmm.
mm,
That's what you're saying.
So when I go, I mean, into notification permission granted with the onboarding tag, that's the name of the event when the permission is granted, or it's or it could be denied if it's denied. That event doesn't show up at all on those devices.
okay. Because like we have like for every event we have a name, and I would assume like Wales worked on them, so I would assume like for the onboarding ones, they're gonna be prefixed with onboarding something like that. But
They are.
But I mean, if the event only occurs after the modal, the
mm,
permission is
yeah,
asked.
I get it, but like this this check permission function, it would work, I guess. But let me look through the code again and to be like precise. We ask for the notification like in the before phone, right? Or
It's right
on
after the
phone.
birthday.
All right. Okay. Let me see. It's
Yeah, and yes, before phone.
mhm.
And me, I'm gonna send you a link. To, you have Amplitude, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you a link to a couple users I know have run into
Mm.
this problem. I'm gonna pull their event feeds and link them for you.
So yeah, here's a grand notification. Wait, on animation finish. We call this should not be a problem. Okay, so yeah, we do call. Okay, yeah, we not. Okay, so here's what's going on. So we go and we call this function that says check permission. I would assume it's gonna be working on all like versions of Android because we're just checking for the permission, and we only start logging, and we only go to request the permission if it was denied. But I guess it's not denied. It is granted in this case by default. But if it's granted, they're not receiving notifications. Okay, let's do this. Like let's look up this. So there is notification permission blocked. Can you log? Can you find this one, Danny?
Yeah, there's notification permission blocked. That is an event that
And it says like, yeah, like you have it there with this user.
no, with this user, there's no event at all. It skips it.
And that's because this is a phone. It's not a Samsung or an iPhone. It's a
Mm-hmm.
Oppo phone.
So I see. Yeah, because like,
Here, I'll send you the link to the amplitude events. I mean, so you can.
okay,
Do you have access to amplitude
yeah,
with us?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I do. Um, yeah, I see what's going on. So this is like an edge case. So that check permission function we call in, it returns some value that we're not expecting, so we're not doing the logs because like we have these if conditions, and I guess
Well,
this.
it's kind of an edge case in America, but it's actually
Mhm.
a very common
uh
case
yeah.
overseas.
Okay, I'm checking the amplitude link now. If it's common, like because like we need to know what's the value it's being returned so we can act upon on it. Right now we don't know what it is.
Yeah, there is
Maybe
no
we
value,
don't.
right?
Yeah, yeah. There's no value. So maybe we do like an update where we add more logs to see what's the results going there, so we know what's to be expecting and handling it. Or maybe I will look up the web to see what's the case for this phones. If it's anyone went through it and write something about it.
Okay.
Mm, I can't log into my amplitude. There's something wrong. Oh, yeah, it's working now. Okay. There's something wrong with the amplitude. It was loading. Now it stops. It was something wrong. But yeah, I'll have it on my notes. And like this usually has like a readme. That's like a that's not an Oppo, but it's different. So you're saying like it happens with different devices in India.
What device you said?
This like Danny sent me this one. It's not an Oppo. It says readme. I think
Hmm.
that's a Xiaomi.
Hang on one second. I think this one. Let me look at it.
Yeah, readme Note. That's a Xiaomi uh device.
Okay. But that's probably also very common around the world.
Yeah, it is common here too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and then anybody with an Android below 12 or below also. So that could be, I mean, that probably already has been a lot of users over the last
Mm.
couple.
Yeah. Yeah, this user is an Android 11. Let me see. Phone number completed. Yeah. Yep. Mm. Location. Yeah, it's being skipped. Let me look up that.
Okay.
Like the initial search, nothing promising. Oh yeah, I'll have it in my notes and look. This issue. See what's going on.
Okay. And then separately, there's the issue of if the notification it's not structured right. Can you read that again to me, Danny? What you read yesterday from ChatGPT about the structure?
Yeah, hang on one second. I got it up. If your code only subscribes users to chat pushes after the prompt shown event, Android 12 or earlier users will never subscribe because they will never see the prompt. I think that was wrong. Notification channel importance introduced in Android 8 may have been set too low previously. Hang on, where is it?
Not that. It was about the structure of it. Like some
Typing, yeah.
prompts, they consider it a privacy issue or not privacy, security issue or something like that.
Yeah. It was a, let me see, going up a little higher. It says Xiaomi, Oppo, Vivo can kill data only FCM messages in the background unless they're high priority, or you use a system notification payload. Your system notifications may be standard payloads, while chat are data messages processed by your app, which the OEM kills.
Well, I think this is different. We can't control it because if we decided for some reason to kill it,
It also says it could be token topic divergence if system pushes or broadcasts um, topic or server list A and chat pushes are user token slash topic B. Some devices may never finish registering slash subscribing to the chat.
But here's what was odd, and the reason it got us prompting in this way is that these users would get a notification like a check-in notification,
yeah.
but they wouldn't get the chat notification.
Oh, so Jerry, I'm not sure if you ever like, would this be related to what's the category channels or like what yeah, category channels. Like for every chat we have a different category key, something like that. Like
Let me see what's it called.
um they they're calling them channels, I guess. Right. Right.
Well,
Channels.
there's channels. We use channels, I know, for like the sound on Android.
Well, I mean, this is the only different
Mhm,
thing that we have in chat in notifications between chat and other like notifications.
mhm. Yeah, yeah. The group. Yeah, we use the groups for separating chats, groups and threads. But yeah, for channels, let's see. I think it's called channels. Yeah, it's called channels, and that is what goes off with the sound. But we have a channel for chat and a channel for system notifications.
And
Mm,
system notifications include just like check-in, favorite, all of that,
Right,
right?
right. Just not chat.
Right. Just not, yeah. So for some reason, those ones are being received, but not the chat ones.
maybe the naming, like we give it like a name that's flagged in those devices system somehow. Because like people they're using it a lot, or maybe like they spamming it, so they just like
Yeah.
block the channel name that we use in there in chat. Maybe.
What do you think, Jerry? Amit, do you guys have any ideas? Because what's happening is we're actually losing a lot of new users.
Mhm,
I think, like the one I sent you yesterday, Jerry. I think she would have been a longtime loyal user. She built our circle trust, added a profile photo, changed her bio,
mhm.
sent some messages, shared some things with people, but nobody got notified, or she didn't get notified. Upon any kind of chats or anything.
Let let me pull up her user in like one signal and stuff.
Well, I'm thinking about it. So if a user receiving notification at all, that means the permission is working fine. Because like
True. Yeah, no,
Uh,
that is a good point.
I asked ChatGPT, it is saying that it is due to Android channel ID.
Okay, well, what's wrong with the channel ID?
So it is saying that if it is silent drops on Android 8 plus. So let me ping you what it is saying.
Silent drops. Hmm,
Yeah, because I see, okay, yeah, notifications are getting received. Well, now it says the Redmi phone, it says is unsubscribed, but I think that might be because it must match the channel ID created by SDK runtime. Temporarily remove channel ID. Hmm.
So
We don't know what kind of device we're sending to because we just
Yes.
say we include it in
Ah,
our payload.
but we do
correct.
know amplitude tells us what device.
Yeah, but when we send a push notification,
That time we
because
don't
a
know.
push notification like is not specific to the device when we send it from one signal because it can target multiple users.
Sure.
We define properties that get sent, and one signal determines it does this if it's an Android, and this if it's an iOS. So for Android, we do determine whether or not it's a do we know if this person got any chat notifications?
We know she got no chat notifications at
Like, do
all.
we know if she should have?
She
Yes.
definitely should have. That was verified 100%.
Okay, okay. Do we know if she had uninstalled the device? She had,
Not,
did
I
she
know that she did
uninstall
not. I
the
know
app?
that she did not uninstall or do any changes to that in a 1 hour window where she should have received notifications.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Because that's where I was saying is that she got the app and quickly uninstalled. Um,
No, I would watch multiple session replays.
Mhm.
By the way, the session replays work still on Android, and they're actually crystal clear. They're black, kind of black screen on iPhones.
Yeah, for that, like, yeah, they sent me this issue. I did a PR. What I'm hoping will be the fix for it, because the only changes we did is like we updated the session replay,
Yeah.
and we introduced new settings. The first one, it was like to have the quality low of the session replays, and that was only affecting iOS, the quality.
Hmm.
And the other one, it's like it was something called enable fast view rendering something. That
That's
what was,
that was experimental.
yeah, that's experimental, and that's what was helping with the performance. Like we're not
Yeah,
seeing a jump.
and
So
that's why.
what I did, I don't know for a fact which one, because like we have two
Hmm.
settings, so I don't know which one or both are combined. So what I did, just I opened the PR. Maybe in the next build we can have it to test it,
Okay.
where I changed the quality from low to default, which is medium. If that fixed the blacks session replays, that's great, because we're still gonna be having a good performance for score. We're not gonna see jumps or anything. If not, then it is the other setting that was helping with the performance. So
But the thing
we'll,
is, like, I don't want to even maybe change. I don't want to change anything on Android because it was actually a clearer, like a higher resolution.
I mean,
Uh,
it's still nothing changed.
oh, well, you said you changed
That
the.
was only for iOS. Like this only affects iOS.
Wait a
That
minute.
was well, like,
Oh, all the changes you made to session replay had nothing to do with Android.
yeah, and they were all iOS by default. Like like all these like
Oh.
things.
Well, wait,
Essentially,
one change was because we updated the library, so that's one that affects.
even though, but like I saw like most of the changes they were like doing it for iOS. Like
That
they
makes
are,
sense. It makes sense why Android is higher resolution now. Like, because something changed where it's a clearer session replay, and that must be it. So, so just the updating of the library improved Android, but you're saying the experimental thing for the scrolling that was only in iOS.
yes, yeah.
Uh,
I can like it's labeled somewhere. I remember it was like also
I
all
see.
those like optimization they were doing it for iOS.
I see. Okay, but the update obviously that's both platforms.
Yep.
Okay, so that's why it's clearer on Android because it's really clear. I was like, wow, why it's surprisingly clear. And so even the setting of like high, medium, low, like there is no setting on Android like that.
There's like a high, but like let me see. Here's define the quality of the session replay. The higher
Yeah,
the quality. Okay, and we're doing it as low, but you
but you're
seeing it.
telling me that only affects iPhone.
Yes, because like if it is the case, the Android ones that you're seeing that are like I mean with the latest version, the
Yeah,
64, I guess
yeah. On
they should
Android,
be.
it was higher quality.
So yeah, I explicitly set them to low. So that means that only affects iOS.
Interesting. Okay.
And I can go look up their code and I can verify that right now, like to see if this code is in Android as well. Let me
Mhm.
send it.
Let me know when y'all are done with that. I have a suggestion on the notification.
Okay.
It seems it's for both. The quality is for both. Like I
That's really
found,
interesting because if you put it at low, I'm surprised because the Android quality is significantly better.
hmm, it seems it's for both. Cause like I found that code, like that property name in some Android
Okay.
files.
So that must mean that even at low, just simply updating the library created
Yeah,
a much clearer image.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's great. So that means we shouldn't need it higher on iPhone either.
And that's what we're doing. We're doing low. That's like,
Right. But it's breaking iPhone, but it might not be low. It might be the experimental
yeah,
thing,
yeah. So
which,
that's mhm,
because it does make the scroll smoother,
yeah.
which is great. But
Yeah, so so I'm hoping that the low quality setting that we did, it's what's causing the black for iOS.
yeah, maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
If it is, then we good. We just gonna delete it. That's fine. But if it's not, then we will have to like look up this issue more or do a decision of how we want to keep session replay or maybe ask their team. It's like yeah, I think they will reply to us with this issue.
okay. Okay. Well, let me know when I can try it out.
Hmm.
Um, okay. So Jerry had an update on this notification thing.
Yeah. Do we know if this person still possibly has their app installed still?
We don't know. I
Because
was considering sending a text message because I want some answers. She seemed really um, dedicated. She spent like an hour in the app,
hmm
and did like all the things, like added three favorites, like basically every single little hint that we built in, like your friends want to see your favorites, show me how. Like she pressed the show me how button and then went through all the steps, like every single thing she was prompted on. She went through all the steps and the start the combo went through all the steps, shared something, messaged. She messaged Aliana. Um, so I'm like, oh, this is great. Like maybe we should be focusing on India more. Maybe people in India are more accepting of American apps than Americans because Americans are fatigued by all the bombardment. Perhaps India is warming up to Western culture at a perfect time for us. So I'm thinking this is awesome. There's over a billion people there. We could really um, boost our engagement and everything. But then she just stopped and then we looked into it deeper, like nothing came back to her. So like she probably felt isolated, like almost like she's doing all this work, but then nothing coming back. So I would suspect maybe she did delete the app. I don't know. Um,
My suggestion is we can try to manually send a push notification to her, like
yeah,
one that is just links to the DM, maybe between her and Aliana.
we did do that kind of like indirectly. Like I had Tori follow her back.
No, do it from the back end. We're gonna do it from the back end. We're gonna do a
Okay.
DM
Okay.
Like we're gonna mock a notification that is one of them that she should have received, and
Okay.
then once we do it, we're gonna try it with and without the channel ID and see if if the channel ID is the problem.
Okay. Let's do it. What do you got?
So I was saying again, also give me some time. I will bring this Oppo Vivo phone, so we'll test all those things.
Okay, good. Okay. And what else could it be, Jerry? Because you were saying something like, could she have been like automatically removed from notifications somehow? I heard you saying something like that.
I saw that it had her as unsubscribed.
Right.
Um,
Why? How? Like manually, she'd have to do that.
it doesn't. It never tells you the reason why.
Could it happen like through like some kind of security feature somewhere?
It happens usually when you try to send notifications and then they don't get uh received. So
Okay.
I'm
So
going.
maybe okay. So maybe she's still sitting there with circles on her phone, wondering why no one's responding or following her back.
I'm going to try to mock this up, and then maybe one signal will give me some more answers once we try this out.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I want to get to the bottom of this because there is definitely a market opportunity in India, and I want I want all things on the table. Ahmed was saying
And
80% of people speak English there, so that helps. That's like a billion people. Yeah, go ahead, Ahmed.
yeah, and if you will do like the event of what you are doing in US now, if you will do such type of only one or two events now, people will download more the apps.
Right. I'm kind of leaning that way because I can see when we get users from India, they're way
Mm.
more engaged with all the little things. They add their bio, they add profile photo, not all the time, but just a lot more than the American users who, I don't know, they're more skeptical. They probably have a lot more apps on their phone and all that stuff. But this is a new frontier, I think. So we got to make sure everything works like it does here. So you're going to do manual push
I'm going
there?
to do it. Yep, I'm going to do a manual push, and I'll have it linked. Actually, I have the one with Tori right here. Let's
Yeah.
see.
If I wanted to hire some like inexpensive community managers from India,
Mm. Mm.
I mean, I guess I could go on like Fiverr or something like that. But I don't know, is there a place you would recommend? Like we have a Craigslist kind of thing out here that's like inexpensive, but I kind of just want to hire a bunch of people that would jump in and start the community.
So like you can add some Instagram influencer also here in India because you can get it cheaper. Like they will not charge you like too much.
Yeah, that was another thing I was talking about yesterday with our team. Is like I bet they're a lot cheaper and easier to work with because American influencers are they're
Yes.
inflated in their mind of their value. It's, their value is
And
far
uh,
exceeds their
and
actual.
I can also arrange a event like a small event also I can arrange like in this college school like college and malls I can do that those things also.
Okay, okay. Um, yeah, I want to investigate into that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know if you have any websites or anything. You could send me some links. I could look into some stuff
Yes.
for.
Okay.
Okay. So, Jared, do you want to keep going here? Or do you want to?
Yeah, yeah. Give me a little bit.
Okay. Then, all right.
Um,
Let me get a means update.
okay.
Then, okay. So, I mean, let's get your update while we're waiting.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Again, looked up that Sentry thingy with this replay. Toggle up that quality setting, and I opened the PR for it so we can give it in the next build and test it. Also, I looked up that issue with the session replay you sent for that user where I can follow a bunch of users, but it was like no, like it was about the contacts.
Yeah.
It was like in order to fetch contacts, then it was like nothing to follow.
Mhm,
And it seems like that user has like some connectivity issues.
mhm.
Because other like requests, like for example for Google, it was taking 70, not Google, but Amplitude. It was like taking 70 seconds. And for Google, it was like 6 seconds. Those should be like in milliseconds. And ours, they were all like timeout. It makes sense. Like we have a timeout. That's why it was like taking longer because like we tried the first time, second time, third time, then just we passed to the next screen because nothing there. So
Um,
this
they
case,
continued using the app, like they went to the people finder screen, and then we still didn't get the contacts. I was noticing, I was watching, they were in the app for a while, and what do we do?
I
Like,
mean, are
wait,
we giving up on the API call after 10 seconds? Like, I understand like skipping to the next screen, but it almost looks like that we're like
let
cutting off the API call and we're not letting it finish.
me tell you what's the timeout.
because
But
yeah,
okay, but
I
the
was wondering.
timeout, okay, for timeout, does that mean if it times out that we just move to the next screen or we just cancel the API call? Because if we cancel
No,
the API call,
we do retry. Like we do, I guess 3 retries.
oh, I don't
Then
want, yeah, I don't want to retry. See, sometimes it just takes a while. The like for the contact upload, sometimes that just takes a while and
mhm.
we just
and
my
then
go ahead.
then yeah, I'm not sure if we have like a custom timeout for uploading contacts, but I know like there's a default timeout for all requests we do it.
Hmm.
And I'm
We
trying
have
to.
we do 10 seconds during onboarding. But
Hmm.
sometimes, I mean, especially this guy had 1,000 contacts.
Yeah,
It could take more
I
than
agree. Yeah.
seconds.
Then we can in this case like have a bigger timeout for uploading contacts. We can do that.
Mhm. Yeah, I would like if we need to keep onboarding going, if we can keep the API call going in the background, that would be great. But I don't want to cancel the API call, then we just don't get the contacts.
Hmm. Um, Maybe that's the reason why the other requests they were taking longer because like uploading contacts it was like draining or using all his bandwidth. Um, but yeah, we can have a custom timeout for uploading contacts. Can definitely do that.
Yeah,
How
let's.
much?
So, like, in other words, if we still navigate forward, the API runs in the background.
No,
Oh,
it's gonna be waiting.
but what if? Okay, well, I don't. That's gonna want to wait 70 seconds.
Well, that's yeah. So if user has if we can do it in the background, like, but we rely
Yeah,
on it for the next screen.
yeah, we could wait a little bit longer, I guess. Okay, right before that, um, you said maybe requests were taking longer because uploading contacts
Yeah, because like
take
that
more bandwidth.
amplitude, yeah, the amplitude request was taking 70 seconds.
Yeah,
That's what I was like. Maybe he was having like a bad internet connection, but like again, he was uploading like a large chunk chunks of data. Maybe that affected his internet speed and
mm,
causing the other request, like other like external requests, to
uh,
fail or to be slower.
right. And would that still could that happen on Wi-Fi too, or did he probably have a bad?
If he has like a bad Wi-Fi, yeah, like if you are in something low, when you start like using much of data, it affects other requests. Like everything goes slow because like you get
Yeah,
the
I
main
see.
one gets the priority. I guess it depends on the Wi-Fi setup and everything.
Yeah, I guess a better way to ask is this wouldn't happen if he had a strong connection.
Oh no, no, it would not.
Okay, so this happened because of a weak signal, but it
Yeah,
caused other things to slow down too.
yeah,
Right.
because like you said, like after that, he just continue on boarding fine.
Yeah, okay. Um,
Um,
go ahead.
what we can do right now is like to have a bigger timeout, like to make it not 10 seconds, more than that for only uploading contacts.
Definitely more than 10 seconds. I think I improved 10 seconds and I don't know why I kept it so low. That's low. But would it would it have needed would it have needed like a whole minute?
No, I don't think it would need it a whole minute. I
Okay.
would say I would say 15 seconds would cover 99% of our scenarios.
What took 70 seconds in this case?
That was Amplitude. It said an Amplitude API call, which basically is like uploading the events to Amplitude, which means he could have had
Hmm.
a connection drop. That's another thing that I wanted to work with Amine on about like our connectivity.
Well, there
Is
will be a little toast, and I didn't see that. There will be a toast that says you have bad internet connection, and I
well,
do see those toasts on session replays.
it there are some cases. So I I put this in development this weekend. I was on the plane this weekend and I didn't get the toast. The
Uh,
reason why is because I was able to ping Google because the plane's Wi-Fi allowed me to ping Google for a health check, but I could not ping Circles because it was, paywalled off. So we need to do a custom health check
I'm
that
not sure I understand the difference.
yeah, so right now, so I didn't get the toast
Yeah, I get that, but you said something about a paywall. I'm not sure if I understand that.
because they Southwest charges $8 for their Wi-Fi.
Oh, right. Okay.
You can
But
connect to it and you can like watch like all the stuff they have on their little in-flight service. But if
yeah,
you want to like actually go on websites, then you have to pay.
yeah. But you said you did pay for it
No, this is before I paid.
before you paid. Okay. So how come you didn't? Oh, because you
It's
weren't even
internet, like
connected at
yeah,
all.
right. They give you a limited connection for free. So that limited connection lets you communicate with their server so you can watch movies or stuff on your flight.
Yeah.
But if you want to go somewhere that isn't on their firewall, their paywall list, then you get blocked. So the Google health check was allowed. So I was able to, ping Google, but if I tried to open up Circles, all I got was skeleton loaders. I never got the toast.
Huh. I didn't realize that's how our internet check worked. I figured it just checked if there's an internet connection or not.
Well, it does that by pinging Google.
Oh,
Yeah,
Like
so
the only reliable way to check if there is internet is to ping Google.
well, wait a minute.
Yeah, I
If
know.
you try and
Like
ping and there's no response, then you have no internet. So you don't
yeah,
necessarily need the response.
but you need the response. Like Google is like, like for fact servers Google is gonna be always up. So all the people like keeping this Google Health check URL.
That makes
Like
sense. In terms of not having internet at all, though.
okay, but again, this is kind of like imagine a scenario, John, where I'm on a flight and I have a very limited internet connection. So it allows me to go on Google, but Circles is not allowed by their firewall. So what will happen is the Google Health check will pass,
Oh, I see.
but any API calls to Circles will fail. So I do not get the toast, but I get nothing but skeleton loaders in the app.
Why does it let the Google API?
That's their firewall because, like Amin is saying, it's kind of like an industry standard that you ping Google to check a general network connectivity.
I see. Interesting. Because you can't load Google on Southwest if you don't pay for internet.
Right, but they probably allow that health check, is what I'm
The
saying,
health check they allow. Interesting.
because that's just a very generic URL that many services use.
Okay, that's an interesting edge case. All right. So without going down that rabbit hole, let's talk about the more like real world with like this guy.
Mhm.
So let's talk. Let's deal with that. How do we prevent him not getting his contacts in the future?
Um, Certainly a timeout. So we need to make sure there's nothing that would cancel that API call.
Okay. Which
So
is right now set to cancel at 10 seconds. Is that right?
that's almost what it seems like.
You can say like 30. I mean, yeah, 10 seconds, but we,
But
we have it twice, so
well,
yeah, it's a 10 second.
what my understanding of it was, I mean, is when we do the onboarding and it takes a long time, we don't want to keep you on that screen, but we want to continue with the onboarding, but we continue that contact upload asynchronous
Well,
in the background.
you kind of need the contacts for the very next screen.
Well, yeah, yeah, I know you do, but let's just say it takes 30, 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Is that still called acceptable?
I think 30 is probably all right.
Eh,
Um,
Okay, I mean, just keep that in mind. If you see somebody on the screen for a long time,
yeah,
so they have a pretty hefty contact upload.
yeah. Okay. Um,
But no, still, John, what happens after 30 seconds? Let's say they're still up. Let's say it takes 35 seconds.
right.
What do we do after 30
I'd
seconds?
like it to keep running in the background.
That's kind of what I'm hoping would happen.
Yeah. How do we do that? I mean,
I mean, yeah, we can, but what about the next screen? The next screen will show
yeah, that one
zero
said
people.
follow 0 people, right?
Then
So
it's almost like we need to skip over that step if we do it, but we just regardless, we continue the contact upload in the background, and then if they go to like add friends or something, or even I think if they hit their SOT screen, it would show their contacts, right? If
yeah,
let's say let's say it completed processing
yeah,
within that time frame.
yeah, definitely. It would show it at the next this if it was done. Yeah, by the time you got to the SOT screen. Um, so here's the where I'm concerned is that I just don't want to have something we overlook, and now we start skipping that screen when we didn't expect to skip that screen. The one where it says follow like 7 people, because like we've battled with this for a while, of like
Then
accidentally skipping that screen.
I would say it'd be better to show follow 0 than putting any code that skips it.
Yeah, I guess so. That's pretty shitty though too. I mean, he continued on. Um,
So yeah, we're not gonna do any skipping
okay,
logic or anything. We're just gonna have this request happen in the background,
okay,
and after the 30 seconds, we're just gonna um proceed like normally as we do.
okay.
This user need more than 30 seconds, then it's gonna be an empty screen with follow 0, and if not, the app would work normally.
Okay.
This is only for users that they need more than 30 seconds, for example, to upload
Right.
their
Yeah.
tracks.
So it'll be like in this guy's case, it'll say follow 0 friends on a button and just a big blank list.
Yeah, yeah, we're not gonna attach that
Yeah.
screen in any way or logic to it.
Okay. I don't love it, but I guess it's the safest way. So okay, then, but I'm still confused on this case. Like, how come we didn't get his contacts when he went to the people finder screen? We
Because
never
it's
got
it
this user's contact.
canceled. It sounds like it canceled the API call after
Yep.
10 seconds. So
Right.
when he went back to the people finder screen, it like reinitiated. But
Yeah.
again, it probably took maybe 15, 20 seconds. So if he's on the people finder screen and those contacts are processing, then he won't see them until they finish processing when he searches.
Did we get this user's contacts?
Yes.
And they'll-
In the end, yes.
Oh, we did actually. Interesting.
Yes. In the end, like right now, he has like 1,100 contacts.
Interesting. How come we don't show some? I thought like they come in batches of 500,
They do, but the batches might have not finished uploading.
but I find it hard to believe we didn't get one single batch in onboarding because it went for a while. Because like I rarely see there's a second display that says, "Whoa, you have a lot of contacts." If it's taking a while, and it
Mhm.
keeps going for a while. In fact, I think it's more than 10 seconds because I think it's 10 seconds and then we trigger that thing. But I don't remember. I'd have to watch the session replay again. But it took a while. Like we have a little bit of a chat, like a not a chat, but a fallback to prompt the user again of like, hang in there basically.
Mhm.
which I saw.
When do we do that check? I mean, do you know how many seconds before we show that other message?
I need to look up the code. Like Ismail worked on it. I'm not sure if he remembers it.
Well, another way to check it, Jerry, if you do you have that session replay link handy? Just watch the session replay. You can see how many seconds it takes for it to show
Mm,
the next
Let me
message.
let me just pull the front end code. I don't want to rely on session replay for this, just because it can be a lot of context. Okay, well, you have a lot of context. Let's see. Show test 10. Let's see. 8 seconds.
Okay, so 8 seconds, then it shows another that message, right? It says, "Whoa, you have a lot of contacts." After 8 seconds.
Uh, yeah,
Okay, so then it continues on for more seconds.
yeah, like what, two or three? Because if we
mm.
only wait 10 seconds,
That's weird. That doesn't sound right. We wouldn't have done that. Something's wrong.
Uh, where did you find the 8 seconds? Like which file?
source screens, onboarding steps, onboarding more contacts.
Onboarding more contacts. Okay.
There's a use effect on line 154.
Okay. Find it. 54.
154.
54 or
One.
4. Oh, 154. Okay.
There's a use effect.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it.
So it's like 8 seconds, and then we looks like we show the text 650 milliseconds. So like half a second later, probably like an animation.
Yeah, I see that. If it's permission, um, so that's the timeout. It's like wrapped in the condition of that permission. So as soon as we got the permission, we start the timer. That timer. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so
The set timeout is 10 seconds.
8 seconds, but like it's not like for the actual API
Okay, right.
call.
That makes another little message show up, right?
That
Yeah.
that's something. If you go up to, what is it, 109, there's something called a safety timeout that Ismail has 45 seconds allowed.
Okay, see, there we go. I knew we would not have made it
Mhm.
so short. So yeah, okay. I remember setting it high.
Mhm.
So then, but this guy didn't get 45 seconds.
Yeah, it said in the session replay that it timed out after 10 seconds.
Okay, so we have a conflict there.
Oh, I wonder if Ismail had a timeout set and he set it low to 10,000, like 10 seconds. And if we have to set that custom timeout for, yeah, if we have to set that custom timeout for this mutation in particular.
Well, these timeouts are only for UI, not for the actual API call. Because like if you wanna do a timeout for the API call, it's like it's in you have to set it in Apollo. Like
Yeah,
the
let me find the session replay that we had. It
for
pretty much,
example, like mm-hmm.
if we go into session replay, if you go on the console, it says mutation failed. Operation timed out after, and I'm assuming this comes from Apollo.
Yep.
How long, how many seconds was that?
It says 10,000 milliseconds, so 10 seconds.
So
Do you see that
Apollo
session
set it,
replay? I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, I do have yeah.
So Apollo kills it at 10 seconds?
Yeah, because that's the default. And those timeouts we have,
But
they're only like for UI feedback,
Okay.
then what?
Well, that was
Mhm.
maybe a oversight because we should have had it at 45 seconds.
Yeah, we can change that easily. Like we can have custom timeout for specific mutations.
Well, right, because the front end is waiting 45 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
but the front end can't wait 45 seconds because it gets forced forward after 10 seconds. Am I understanding that?
Yeah, also like we do three retries, which
Mhm.
is like 30 seconds.
Yeah, but that all that does is start it all over again.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
like a resume.
But
So if
why would it start over?
retries because
It's not like it starts over every 10 seconds, right? Or is that possible? Because that would be a huge flaw.
yeah, it is. So let's say like
Well,
so we do uploads in batches,
Right.
and let's say the first batch it's gonna take more than 10 seconds, so it's gonna fail and you're gonna retry the same batch.
oh
Okay.
no, that's the
So
problem.
on.
We have all kinds of flaws here. Okay.
Yeah.
God damn it. So, all right. How many people is this affected? These little things. Okay. So, like something like this and something like the notifications not working for a whole segment of users, they affect our overall, like the whole project. They affect company wide. These are, and there's, I'm going to shift gears for a second here because this has been sinking in for me lately, but we have to go into deep into our systems for the next couple weeks. It doesn't matter if we add music players, it doesn't matter if we add reply and thread, it doesn't matter if we add any new features. We got to make sure our core functions are doing what they're supposed to do. And it's a team effort too, because like it's hard for me to understand what I'm seeing or not seeing. But session replay obviously helps a lot. Every time I watch a session replay, I see something that's a problem. And it turns out it's a deep rooted problem affecting potentially thousands of people. So once I guess we need to wrap up a couple of these things like the music player, maybe we can finish the React Native architecture, but the next focus really needs to be turning inward on all these things and making sure we're not losing the user before we get the user, like we did with this girl in India and like we probably did with this guy. So with that said, um, what's happening here? How is this failing after 10 seconds? And what do we do?
I'm not sure if Ismail was following. He worked on a lot of this. Maybe he can add more context
He's not
with those.
on the call. He had an
Oh,
appointment today.
yeah.
But
Um.
Jerry, you had a analysis there
mm,
of the 10-second retry after 10 seconds.
Oh yeah,
What's
no, we don't we can't retrying here is like not gonna work.
but that's what's happening.
That's what it looks like. Like I see that I see mutation failed, and I see where he was on the running dog for it almost looks like 45 seconds. So it stayed 45 seconds, but the problem is that it kept timing out after 10 seconds and it kept trying to repeat itself. But
Right.
that isn't that
So is that fixed back end?
no, yeah, the front end has to increase the timeout and not retry.
Okay. I know obviously the retry is there for a reason. There's a point to have.
No, we shouldn't be retrying for yeah, for our other stuff, like maybe a query or a mutation, like a smaller
I
mutation,
think
that's fine to retry, but
I
not
think we
contact upload.
I think we intentionally had a retry because of some other issue in with contacts. Like it had to because let's say um it failed because some
Okay,
kind of
well,
network
then
error.
we would get a different error. We would get an error code, not because a timeout means is that we're giving up. The
Right,
back end didn't give up. We're giving up. We're, like the back end never gave us a response in 10 seconds. So we said,
right.
we give up. We're going to try again.
Okay. So is this a straightforward fix?
Yeah,
Uh,
to make a bigger timeout. Yeah, it's still online. Change, nothing big.
Oh
it-
boy. Okay. This has been little hidden time bomb for like months and months.
I I don't think it's appropriate to retry on this screen. I mean, what do you
But
think?
let's talk through scenarios. I know there was a reason for the retry.
Well, we retry because it's with the Apollo client. That's one thing too. Is that I mean, are we like actually attempting a retry, or is this Apollo doing it?
It's Apollo, like it's in the it's yeah, not like really Apollo. Like, but Apollo gives you a way to do retries,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, so it's like it's you can say it's a global setting for our Apollo
And it's
that we do.
built in.
Yeah, it is built in.
So we never added it. It was there, built in 10-second
No, we
retry.
do. We did.
We
Like
did.
it's built in, but you have to config and configure this stuff. So we did.
So we configured it. We set it at 10 seconds. Okay. And I don't remember why. Can you think of why we would need a retry after 10 seconds? I mean,
But other
In this
areas of the app,
area,
because it's part of Apollo, this
Mm.
is
oh,
other yeah other API calls we might want do retry after 10 seconds.
so
And
is this okay? Is this a blanket 10-second retry in Apollo across the whole project?
that's
yeah,
what I believe.
yeah,
Yes.
yes,
Oh, so this wasn't necessarily implemented for contacts.
yeah. It was not for context. Like we did not went and did 10 seconds only for context. That
Uh,
was like the whole the default for the whole app. So
uh,
it is on to the
that's how it snuck in. Because I was thinking, why would Ismail set it at 10 seconds and we just got done setting it at 45 seconds from the front end? That makes no sense. But he didn't set it at 10 seconds here. It was set for him elsewhere. Okay.
and I guess when he was like doing tests, he was like noticing things are slow, but that what was really slow, it was like the retries, not the one request that was taking long. It's like because of the retries happening, I was making it goes looks like it's slow. I guess that's why it's 45 seconds, and the retries we have three and 30 seconds, something close.
But the three retries, okay, yeah, now that's coming back to me. I guess we were thinking about that. Um, I, I actually thought it was for contacts.
The three retries is blanket. It's blanket for something. Ismail, I remember Ismail implemented it. There was something that we implemented the blanket retry for. I don't recall.
Blanket mean like
Like
skip it.
no
No,
blanket retry. Like we
like
retried.
umbrella, like across, like global. By blanket, you
Mm.
mean
Mhm. It
uh,
wasn't contacts. It was something else in the app. Maybe some query.
chat or
Yeah, maybe something in chat.
photo, like uploading a photo or something. Might have been something around that, like because sometimes you try and upload a photo and it fails in a few seconds for some reason, or
Yeah, I'm thinking it's something. I feel like it's something within chat.
yeah.
Pretty
Okay.
confident it is not context.
Okay. So then, with all that said, is there a way to segment this contacts part away from this global setting?
Yeah, I found something in the code that was added 3 months ago.
That
So
sounds about
we
right.
Yeah.
we don't retry if this is a mutation. So if like a mutation failed, don't retry.
Good. Was that for contacts?
This is
Like,
global.
yeah,
Like
but was
for
it intended? Like, would that affect this situation with contacts?
it should because that's a mutation, and it's here. It's like stop. It says like stop mutations duplicate. This is a comment message by Ismail. It says stop mutation duplicates. Let me see if I find. And there's like a comment here says don't retry any mutations to prevent duplicates.
Duplicates. Okay, that's something different. But Jerry, do you have confirmation that it did retry after 10 seconds? Is that for sure the problem in this case?
I do not see any proof that we retried, but I can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We tried 8 mutations,
Hmm.
and that would not equate. 8 batches would be, thousands of contacts. And let's just, for the sake of this, let's go open up.
Okay.
We'll open up amplitude, and amplitude we actually have a count of how many contacts that he has, so we can determine how many batches would have been attempted.
Okay.
Yeah, and also like we upload the batches all at once.
Right. Which also could be har- like hurting us a little bit, right? We could
It-
might as well
I,
take the batches we have, right?
I made a V2 of upload contacts a few months ago.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
But-
we're
Yeah,
using it.
remember that, but it was like,
We don't want to touch, like, it's almost, we don't want to touch what we have. It was like,
Maybe we should have. Yeah. Okay. This is time to look at it.
so let me see, contact upload, contact sync. Okay, so I see he uploaded 14 contacts, and of
In
that,
1,414.
yes,
Okay. In onboarding or later on.
onboarding.
Okay.
And okay, now if I'm looking this up, yeah, see we got 1010. Now that does not mean that automatically 3,000 or 4,000 contacts are not present. I mean, 4,400 contacts are not present. But let's see. Oh, I could see the timestamp. We got him at 42. Ah, we got his contacts at 42 and he onboarded at 04. So we got his contacts when, yeah, he synced his contacts on the
People finder screen.
people finder screen. That's what happened. So we just gave up during onboarding because we gave up after 10 seconds.
You don't have for sure confirmation of that though, because Amine just read code that said don't give up if it's a mutation.
And
Then
also like
okay,
and
well,
also like we
well,
send
it
like
said
all
don't
the
retry. Don't retry if
Yeah.
it's a mutation, but we certainly gave up after 10 seconds.
But why? It's a 45-second timer.
I'll show you what I see here on the session replay. So on the session replay, you can see here we have um so we start the contact upload at, I would assume 30, yeah, 25. And let's see, is this when the dog starts? Yep. So I'm fetching your context. So like at 25 we start, and then at 46 we get operation timed out after 10,000 milliseconds. So that is, it says 10,000 milliseconds. I don't know when the API call actually started here because I don't see it on the network chart. Um,
I'll be right back. You guys keep taking,
Okay.
please stay on this.
I mean, you got something?
yeah. So if you go back to the to the logs, yeah, where it's like says mutation failed.
Uh-huh.
So if you look up the timestamps of those, like that one, it's like they're close and we have them like 10 seconds after.
Yeah, these are like separated, yeah, like 5 seconds,
So
15
what
seconds,
we
10
don't
seconds.
know here, yeah, what we don't know here, like let's say the first two mutations that failed, are they the same mutation, like with the same RAMs, like same contacts, or are they are different? Like the first one it's a batch, and the second one it's a different batch, because like we have all the batches started at the same time, so they all failed. This is not like a retries, more of like all the batches that we tried to send, they failed.
Mhm. Let's see if I could find a trace in session replay 304. Yeah, so like I don't even see, there's no
It's like it was
There's
a
no
timeout.
trace
Yeah,
even because of the timeout 303, 304. Yeah, like it would be in here.
yeah. They never reached the server.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think those are not retries. Those are like different calls of the upload context mutation. Is
You know, another thing too. I wonder if this is like a location pinging happening too. You see where it says already reporting foreground location?
skipping this call, but still nothing gonna happen.
Yeah. Like from this trace, I
Oh yeah,
can't see what I don't know what function this is. What
exactly. Yeah,
context.
yeah. Normally with the trace, like we can see that in the trace tabs. That's why I was asking
Mm-hmm.
why there was like no traces here because right now we don't know which mutation is actually being called.
Maybe I could try to find we know his time. Maybe we have a trace here that we can find during onboarding. No? Let me actually use spread it out. Um, I don't want context is not discover. It's not home. Yeah, see, we have route change here. Route change doesn't give us anything though for onboarding. No, we don't use a profile. Don't want to use your circle. There's nothing here that says onboarding. No want edit profile. This is the closest thing we'll get. Chat divider. Nope. Yeah, I don't see it here. So yeah, I can't. Maybe I think I got logs. I can check. Let's see. Or no, it would be beanstalk. Um, being called watch. Here. 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 Then this was 8:14. At what time UTC? It was like 3. Yeah, 3 p.m. UTC. Now we're going to search for his user key. Okay. This was at 3:03. Make sure, yeah. Shall we just look for one of these contacts? So Still searching. Give me a second. Let me go plug in my laptop while this runs. Yeah, it is. The only thing I guess I'm looking here, I mean, is I'm just trying to find out. We don't log when, um, we don't log from the back end if a request was canceled. But I was trying to see if we could find when the if the API call was retried. That's kind of all I'm trying to find here. Um, okay, we might be able to do it like this because I know we know the time. What timestamp is it putting on this? Okay, so this would be 3 p.m. Okay, and this time would be okay. Contact sync performed 8:04:03. Hmm. I'll go to here. Oh, come on. There's always a different filter. No. Oh, come on. Yeah, this should be. Yeah, this should be part of it. Okay, step one. Oh. Yeah, so there we go. This guy's user key is 63512. Mm-hmm. 63511. 1. Oh, okay. Let me go. Let's see. Maybe go to 16 or 17. 1. Yeah, here's a user. Why do we keep trying to upload contacts? Interesting. 435. 13. 13. 19. 19. 19. Yeah, so it looks like we're retrying it here. I mean, do you see these patterns that I'm looking at?
Mm-hmm.
So this
Like
user here, so 42319. So at 34 419, we tried to upload 500 contacts, and at 750 we uploaded 5 contacts, and then right here a second later we tried to upload 500 contacts, and we tried to upload 5 contacts.
wait. Um, those for the same user, okay.
Yeah, this is not the user that we're looking at, but I can see like 3 attempts to upload his contacts.
What's the time difference between the three? Is it 10 seconds each?
No, they're less than a second apart actually.
That's can be right. Like we don't have like a so that's why I'm saying those are not retries. Those are like our different calls.
Because I'm looking here, okay, we have this.
What's the step one
So
contacts uploads?
we
Because
have
like
all
it's
steps and we log when we begin each of the steps.
okay, I see. Oh yeah, that's the log, okay.
Mhm. So this is like a accumulation of all the logs from all the servers.
Mm-hmm.
So we're logging, let's see, is it, let's see. One sec. Yeah, so 319, 319. It's like we tried it 3 times.
Yeah, we have like a 3 retries. I mean, yeah, but
Let's check what
uh,
happened with this user. What was this user doing? I want to know because that could be insight maybe to what they were doing. Okay, at what time? This was 8:14. Actually, I got convert this. I'm just gonna do it the lazy way. Okay, so 8:17 a.m. Really? 8? Oh, 9:17. Okay, 9:17. Did we do a context sync? We did. And yeah, 505 contacts. Oh, interesting. What it okay, it just got triggered multiple times from the people finder.
All right, so that's a totally different screen than the onboarding.
I
I
was
was
just,
just,
yeah,
I don't know. I was worried that we're mixing these up.
yeah, this is something different.
Let's stay
What I'm
in.
trying to find is I'm trying to find the log that started this guy's contact. Let's see. So let's go to this other user. Contact sync performed. And then yeah, so make sure I'm looking at the right time here. Thinking longer for a better answer. You just convert the time. Okay, August 14th, 3:04:03 p.m. UTC. Yeah. So it'd be like in this time frame. Yeah, I don't even see a contact upload. It see this could be almost some part network connectivity for this user because I don't see any contact uploads like even like starting for his user key.
The one that we started with, the guy.
Yeah, because I would see like um let's see what this is. Okay, yeah, this is his onboarding, creating DM. But yeah, I would see some contact upload log here. What I was telling Amine is you can look, I can query for contact upload step 1. See how there's all this contact upload step 1, and step 1 tells us the user that's trying to upload contacts.
Mhm.
But the user I'm not finding.
Also, this could include other screens besides onboarding, right?
Yeah, this is all the logs. But step 1, it gives like metadata that shows the user that we're trying to upload contacts for.
Mhm.
And in this time range, so we log the metadata before we do any processing because we want to see if we've even received the API request. So we to receive the API request, we have to fully receive like the payload. And from what it looks like here, I cannot find it in Sentry. I can't find it in the server logs. So that's leading me to believe that we never fully received his payload due to perhaps a connection related issue here. Because I can show you in the code, like before we do any database, before we even touch the data that we get, we log it, because that's one of the first things when I started is looking at the contact upload, and I wanted to get verbose logging on. I want to log stuff the second we received a payload, and it's kind of like if we don't see it here, then we didn't get the payload. So I don't see it here, which leads me to believe we did not get the payload, perhaps from a network connection related issue. If I go to, we can go a little further here and we can go to where he went to the people finder and his contact sync did run. So this was at 10:42 PDT. And so let's go a couple hours later.
In these logs here, do you see other people onboarded?
Yeah.
Like these aren't just people that got to the people finder screen or the
This
edit.
this is all the server logs.
Yeah, I know, but do you for sure see ones from onboarding in there?
Yeah. Oh, well, okay. I saw new users. So this guy was 60, his user key was 63512.
Yeah.
I saw 63511 within the same time.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean you're seeing activity from onboarding.
Right, because we don't log when that comes from onboarding. I would have to line up their amplitude to see.
Yeah, because this isn't to me like foolproof.
Mhm. Let me get to let me find this, and then we can go back and I can get you somebody that I can confirm was in onboarding. I'm
Okay.
looking for this user's information first.
Okay, and there was another angle that we were approaching this that seemed more promising. This whole 10-second, 45-second mutation. Um, don't do it if there's a mutation. Like
Mhm.
we should still be concurrently examining that. Like what can Amine look into while you're doing this?
Expanding the 10-second timeout, making
Well,
sure that we don't do a 10-second timeout on the upload contact mutation.
I,
okay.
I was gonna ask that. Like, I wanted you to verify if we're not doing a timeout from the server. Because like I looked up the code if we're doing a timeout,
No, we
and I
do.
didn't
We have a 1-minute timeout from the server.
1 minute timeout from the server.
Mhm.
Because it's weird. Like I didn't. There is this thing. I didn't find anything like specific for timeout. Like in our code, there's a thing that says like that we do for retries,
Yeah.
but here it says only 2 seconds.
You think that's the default in the Apollo documentation?
Like there's no default timeout from Apollo. Like it's not like baked in, but Apollo it has this thing. You can call it plugins or something like that, where the community do things that builds on top of Apollo. And we have that plugin for retries, but we don't have the one for timeouts. I looked up like the code, didn't find any for where
Can
we
you have,
config the.
you-
Hmm?
can you have one for retries without one for timeouts? Like, do they need to go together?
What we have right now is the one for retries.
Right.
We don't have the one for timeouts.
I
And
know.
if we're gonna add, yeah,
My
y-
question is, do you need both for them to really work together? Like,
no, no,
no,
they're independent.
because like, why would there be a retry without a timeout? See what I mean?
That's yeah. I mean, a retry can happen for various reasons, not only a timeout,
Mm,
but mutation failed for some reason. Like
mm.
if any reasons a mutation failed for, there will be a retry.
Okay.
It's not necessary for timeout.
Okay. Now we, in this case of this user that didn't get contacts, we don't know. Do we even know yet for sure there were retries? Do we? 'Cause-
So from the back end, John, I don't see where the back end like got their contacts. Like I don't even see like where we even started to process his contact. See, this is his contact upload from when he hit the people finder screen.
Yeah.
I can see here's his contact batches initializing from the people finder screen right here.
Yeah. I mean, we
So
were obviously attempting to get the contacts and onboarding. I
Mhm.
saw, like, when it says I'm fetching your contacts, it only says that if the permission is granted and we're attempting to fetch, because otherwise Ismail has it coded to where it doesn't say I'm fetching your contacts. It
Mhm.
just has the dog running.
Yeah. So another thing too, let's go back to this tab. So my assumption here from this log is anytime we trigger a contact sync, this event called contact sync performed gets logged. So we at least initiated. See, we tried 1414 contacts to upload.
Okay, so this was the user in question.
Yes.
Okay. And you have a log that we in onboarding. This is onboarding, right?
Yes.
Attempted. Okay, so we know we attempted it. Okay.
Yes.
We don't know if there was a retry or like when it's. How do we know when it stopped?
How do we know when it stopped?
Yeah.
There's the only thing that we have from the session replay is it's a generic mutation failed right here.
Okay. Operation
And
timed out after 10,000 milliseconds, so 10 seconds.
mhm.
So
Now,
it did time out. That's a perfectly round number. So we stopped it. Obviously, that's enough evidence for me to see we have a 10-second timeout.
now I cannot tell you for sure what mutation this is.
Okay, but I mean, see there, we have a proof, and that's what I'm looking for is proof
Mhm.
that after 10 seconds, um, it timed out. And you guys found something in there that said to retry after 10 seconds. Is that right? Is the retry, could that cause this to fail?
No, like the retry happens if the first one failed.
Are you sure though? Because let's say the timeout is set to 10 seconds. So it times out. It makes the mutation fail,
Mm-hmm.
then it retries.
Yeah.
So, right? So then that means this failure, scroll up. I want to see where it says failed in red.
Oh, we don't have a failed in
No,
red.
it was in red ink. I thought I saw that.
No, it's all these are all yellow.
Where does it say 10,000 milliseconds? Right here, red. Okay. So right here, this message in red, operation timed out after 10,000 milliseconds. So this is a fact. We we don't need to speculate that this did happen. It did happen. This happened. After 10 seconds, that's too perfectly of a round number to not be a setting that we made. So after 10 seconds, the mutation failed. I'm suspecting it failed because we have a 10-second timeout, which makes it retry.
Yes. I mean, yeah, because so the payload it needed more than 10 seconds to
Right,
to be sent,
right.
but
So
it
we
was
put
not
it
sent
in
in.
a retry loop, like, right? And like, does that happen? Like we kept retrying every 10 seconds? Is that the, and that was initially what you suspected, Jerry. But, but I mean, is that what you think happened? We were in a retry loop of 10 seconds?
Yeah, if like the first one, like if the first mutation failed after 10 seconds, that's the only time when a retry happens.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
it
the 10
failed.
seconds.
Like
Mhm.
failed is broad word. It failed. We failed it. It's not like it failed because of a network problem.
Yeah.
We failed
Yeah,
it.
that's the thing. We what we gonna do is like make the timeout bigger because
I
here
get
it's
that.
like
I get that. But I just want,
Mhm,
before we solve it, I want to identify it super positive, proof positive. I want proof positive
mhm,
to
mhm.
identify it. So we failed it after 10 seconds, right? Are we proof positive on that?
That's what I'm trying to find. I didn't find like in code in a
Yeah.
place where we set in to
If
fail after 10 seconds.
if
But I
we
thought you did.
timed it out from the back end, I mean, it would be a red error. This is a
Yeah,
this is
true.
logged as a yellow warning. So
Um,
there's definitely something on the front end that initiated just a timeout.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find. I
But
still
you
didn't
did
find it.
find, but you did. I mean, you said you
One.
found a thing in the code after 10 seconds to retry the mutation when we first started the
No,
conversation.
no, we just like concluded and assumed like we have a 10-second timeout, and what I did find it was like we do not do retries if this is a mutation
Well, you
for some
said that
reason.
later. That was about 10 minutes later. But before that, you found in
Hmm.
the code line 154, 159, something like
Mhm.
that. That's where,
No, yeah, that's where Jerry guided me to go and find that 8-second timeout.
okay. So
But
that's,
that timeout,
okay.
what? So we have different timeouts. So
I,
this timeout is like a UI kind of for feedback UI,
mm.
but like the actual timeout that goes for follow, for the API call, I still didn't find it.
Oh wait, yeah, but Jerry did because or no, one of you did because we said it's a blanket global 10-second timeout for Apollo across the whole project.
Yeah, we assumed that, but we didn't. I didn't find the place where it says like this is a 10-second timeout.
We were assuming it, or I thought one of you identified it.
We identified the other timeouts, the UI timeouts, but not the API
We did not
call.
identify proof positive. There's a 10-second Apollo timeout.
Yeah, I don't. I only find one about retries, which is 2 seconds. Like we do a retry after 2 seconds.
Well, 2 seconds makes a lot of sense because 8 seconds plus 2 seconds is 10 seconds.
Yeah,
That's how you get to 10 seconds here. So
but
it goes,
again, the other timeout, the 8-second timeout, it's it's only to show that text like that says you have a lot of contacts and
And you go down here, and like you can see right here, we do get safety timeout triggered, forcing loading to false after 45 seconds. So you can see this is where we did the safety timeout after 45 seconds.
but
Now,
that's
what we're
because
trying
we were stuck in a 10-second loop,
Mhm. Now,
right?
yeah,
If
but
it
here,
had simply gone 45 seconds, we would have got the contacts, right?
yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm looking here, and like, what are these mutations that we're trying? I wonder what these mutations are that we're trying after the 45-second timeout, though. Oh, you know what? This might be the location pinging. The location pinging has a 10-second timeout.
What do you mean?
Yeah, yeah, I found out.
What do you mean?
So
A timeout? What kind of timeout?
we do a 10-second timeout on the location pinging because if we don't have a let's see, let me go here. I'm gonna check this. Yeah, we that's where the log is. The location ping.
Good.
This is all logging for the location pinging. That's proof positive. I found, look, we're going to share my full screen.
Okay. I still don't understand what that would have to do with.
So
Because like you see this mutation failed, we don't know which app.
this is in the location report. Mutation
Oh,
failed.
console one. You see that one warning? That's yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, console warned, that would be yellow. And then look here, it says if it's a foreground, if it's foreground reporting, it's 10-second. There we go. There's our timeout.
But-
So now, go ahead, John.
Does this have anything to do with the contacts failing?
Well, it's blurring
With-
our vision here.
Right. there's
Yeah.
that. Okay. But does it even affect the contacts?
So yeah, so those logs we see in here, they're not like for the context upload, like failed after like 10 seconds or 8 seconds here, like with the timestamp and everything.
Oh, wait. Okay, I'm kind of tying connections here. You see this
Okay.
70-second thing, and
Mhm.
then our our location reporting. This is fire and forget. So this API call should immediately finish when it's received. Like we don't do any processing before returning the location pinging. So because
this kept timing out the location pinging, and this amplitude call took 70 seconds. I'm really confident now there was a connection related error. There was a connectivity error with this user at this time.
Well, yeah, and that's still a leading theory, but does it mean it wouldn't have worked after 45 seconds? Right?
Yes, because I don't think he had any network. I don't think he had
You
any
got
connection at the time.
1400.
Go ahead.
1400 contacts came through.
Yes, but not at this time.
Yeah.
When he was at this screen and onboarding, he didn't have a network connection. Or he had a very sucky connection because it took him 70 seconds to contact amplitude. Our backend never got his our backend never got his contacts. It never got that log that I was looking for, that step 1 log. And all of his location reports timed out when I said that API call is nothing more than basically a ping.
Okay.
So those are 3 solid points that lead me to believe this user had no connection. We attempted to upload his contacts, but it timed out from the network call. And that also can lead me to believe why we don't have a trace for this guy either, because that didn't upload. I'm surprised the session replay uploaded. The
Right.
session replay must do some other offline logic.
Maybe.
But yeah, we never got a trace for this user, which we usually have for users. I think this guy just had a sucky connection at
It's-
this very
It's
time.
45 seconds from when we start fetching the contacts to when it navigates to the next screen. Is that
I can get you that.
you can
So
probably just look at the bottom little
Mhm.
counter here?
Yep, I can show you. So
So right here, you
So
go
right here at 22,
yeah.
we start, and let's see, what is this? At 122, and then at 208, we do the safety timeout.
So that's about 45 seconds, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we muddied the waters with these notifications around, or not notifications, but the location pinging thing failed in some way.
No, I don't think it muddied our analysis with this,
Yeah.
but now I know what this mutation failed means. We should probably just update the log to just say location report mutation failed.
Yes.
That would be a more accurate thing, takeaway out of this. But I wonder what happened. See, at the very end of this is where his session replay cut off. I don't know if we have another one from him.
I think we do.
Um,
Because I watched, he got in and we got his contacts, right? We got him later.
and his network was having issues. I'm very confident he was having connectivity issues at this time. And maybe that's why his session replay cut off right here.
Could be.
But I have 3 separate sources that now show that there was a network connectivity issue
Yeah.
at this time.
We're cut off here just because it's a weird screen to like.
Yeah, well, this screen right here, it just like moved forward.
Yeah. Did you not put the app in the background?
That's another thing too. We don't have where his session replay cut off, and that might be just because Sentry, like I said, there was problems uploading his full session into Sentry. Because yeah, at the end of a session, we would usually see like user backgrounded app,
Yeah.
but we don't have that here. We just have mutation failed, and we would normally have a trace tab here. Yeah, because we don't have a trace or anything, it's very hard for us to see. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, app in foreground. Okay, in the breadcrumbs here, it says, yeah, app in foreground. Oh, network tab. I wonder. So let's see. Did he try to ping Google? Yeah, it took him 6 seconds to try and ping Google.
What does that mean?
That means that this API call should be like instant. So I'm on a VPN right now, which means I'm tunneling through the Wi-Fi to my home network. And if I try this API call, it takes half a second. Now it's taking 100 milliseconds. See, this is how long this API call should take. Even if you're on a cellular connection, the point of this API call is just to return okay.
Yeah.
And it took 7 seconds here. Well, 6.2 seconds.
Right. So you had a bad internet connection. Okay.
Yeah, definitely bad internet connection.